Hello, everyone. This is our second show. Today, we're going to talk about the NBA playoffs.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're ready for those. Regular season is a little long for most people, and I don't think and the ratings are down, but everybody seems to like the playoffs because the intensity picks up and the defense picks up.
Yep, sure does. Then there's a lot of jockeying for positions in both Western and Eastern conferences right now.
So right now that they expanded it to 20 teams, we got 10 teams in each conference that make it, and looks like the East is almost set. There's a four. Wait, it looks like Atlanta is already up by, wow, 6.5 games over Brooklyn, and there's only 6 games left. That's not going to change. It looks like the 10 teams that are going to make it are going to make it right now.
Well, yeah, they're going to make it, but then in between you got the 3, 4th, and 5th positions with the Knicks, Cavaliers, and the Magic jockeying. That's very important because whoever can get that spot, they get the home court advantage. So these games are really important coming up.
Joel Embiid came back with the Sixers, looked pretty good, and they need to go on a winning streak so that they aren't the 8th spot. They definitely want to play Boston. So they want to try to at least get up to the 7th spot. If they get up to the 6th spot, then they would either play Cleveland or Orlando, which is much better than playing Boston.
Or the Knicks. It depends on like I said, it depends on
right. There's only 2 games between Cleveland and the Knicks. There's not a lot of games left here. So down in the West, it looks like Golden State has a 3-game lead over the Rockets for the 10th spot. So
it's locked up. That's locked up, pretty much locked up.
They have they played 75 games. They still have 7 games left. So
they're playing really well now. They're on a streak. They're playing real well together, despite the one bombastic player of Draymond Green. They're still playing well.
Right. So there's a chance that could change, but it looks like, I mean, it's doubtful Golden State's going to go on a losing streak as long as they're healthy. So it looks like the 20 teams are set. So I guess I'll start with my first prediction. First prediction is I think Boston, with the addition of Jrue Holiday and, if I can pronounce the name, Porzingis, if I don't pronounce his name right.
Porzingis.
Pronounce his name right. I think that is going to push him over the edge. I mean, they have the best record, so this is not a huge insight or anything, a huge prediction, but they've also put in their due in terms of struggling in the playoffs. It always seems like a team struggles and then they get over the hump. That's been a lot in the NBA history. It doesn't always happen. Some teams just push through on the first time they get really good. But this has happened a lot in NBA history, and I see no reason for it to change. I think people seem to learn from losing in the playoffs. So I'm going to go with Boston winning the whole thing. And I think that as long as Jamal Murray is healthy, he's been out 6 games now with Denver. I think Denver is going to get back to the finals and lose to Boston. That's my first prediction for the overall. What do you think, Rob?
Well, actually, I agree with you. Boston, with those 2 additions of Jrue Holiday and Porzingis. Porzingis, he stretches it out. I mean, he's 6'10", but he doesn't post up, but he hits those 3-pointers. And Boston picked up a nice little defensive guard with Jrue Holiday, and it leaves a lot of pressure off of a tandem with Tatum and Brown. That kind of frees them up, and that's kind of a nightmare for a coach to try to match up with what they have. So, and they've been showing it the whole year. So, if Tatum doesn't score a lot, then Brown will take over. So yeah, I agree with your prediction with Boston, and also in the West. Denver, when they get Murray back, it's the West is the matchup's a lot tougher. Phoenix Suns have gone down. They try to add Bradley Beal, and that's not really panning out. So
takes a while to get chemistry.
Yeah, that's what happens when you think. Everybody thinks when you add this player, oh, they're going to be, but it's not really working out. And he's been hurt too. So I totally agree with you. It's gonna be a Boston Denver final.
Okay, so we're in agreement on that. They're probably the favorites, so it's no anything that's earth-shattering to anyone out there. Let me know in the comments down below who you think is going to be in the finals and who do you think is going to win. What about making the who do you think is going to be in the Eastern Conference Finals? I'll let you go first this time, and the Western Conference Finals. Who do you think is going to be playing Denver and Boston in the finals, conference finals?
Well, I'm going with if my Knicks can get back two key players, if they can get back Randall and OG, who they picked up from Toronto, I think they'll give that matchup will give Boston a little tough problems. Philly, they have Embiid back, but their backcourt and their forwards are not really that strong. I mean, so I'm trying. Well, it's kind of a heart prediction, but I'm kind of realistic. Where if the Knicks can get back those two key players, they'll give Boston a little run for the finals. In the finals, be Boston and New York in the Eastern Finals.
So New York's going to beat. They're going to have to upset either someone to get there, but we'll see.
Well, it's not going to be an upset. They've beaten Cleveland. They've beaten Orlando. They could beat Orlando. They could beat
record-wise, it'd be an upset right now. Milwaukee has the second best record.
Yeah, Milwaukee. Yeah, I'm down on them. They just lost 2 straight games to easy teams. I don't know if they're coasting, but they too.
The Knicks. The only way they're going to play Boston is if they move up to the 3rd seed, though. So
right. That's right.
How are they going to make the finals unless they get to the 3rd seed?
Right. That's what I'm saying in the beginning that they're all tied up. There's 3 teams tied up there, so we'll see.
I think Milwaukee will be in the finals, but okay, in the conference finals. But the Knicks, I don't know. They can get up to 3rd place. They're 3 games out right now. So, and there's not that many games left. I guess they have, they have 75 games. They got 7 games left to pick up 3 games. So we'll see what happens. What about in the Western Conference? Who do you think will play Denver in the Eastern Conference Finals?
Oh, there's a sleeper, as they do in the pros. They have my sleeper team with OKC. They got a nice young squad.
All right, I'm going to agree with that right away because I think is Karl Anthony Towns still injured, I believe, and they're tied for first.
Karl Anthony doesn't play for OKC. He plays for Minnesota.
No, I know he does, but I'm talking about they're tied for Minnesota and Denver are tied for first.
Right.
So I was talking about that.
So you're asking me who I want, and so I'm just telling you I think OKC is a sleeper team to be in the finals.
Yeah, I'm not sure they're that much of a sleeper. They're only 1 game out.
Most people aren't going.
They have no past playoff success, but I'm not sure they're a sleeper team.
Most people. Well, I say sleeper because most people. I don't think most people are picking them. They say, okay, they're 1 game back, but they're a young squad, so they figure they might just kind of fold. But I don't think so.
It's hard to know because we don't know what the matchup is because 1's going to play 4 and 2's going to play 3 if there's no upsets, and so I don't even know who's going to be in that. But my second best team that I think is going to be in there is going to be Oklahoma. Right. Okay, I don't know the Lakers and the Warriors are going to make the playoffs, but even though they got star-studded teams, they're not likely to get to the Eastern Western Conference Finals. They get to the semifinals, but I don't think they're getting to the finals.
Right.
Who knows? You never know.
Yeah, like I said, you never. It's
when you've got stars in your team, you never know what happens in the playoffs.
Yeah, you never know. Like I said, still injured. I mean, still might be some people injuries, whatever. So you never know.
Anthony Davis and LeBron are always last 3 years.
Lakers. I don't think I'm worried about the Lakers getting past with anything there.
Although LeBron looks like he's turned back Father Time this year, so who knows? Yeah,
he's amazing.
We'll talk about that in another video, but he's
hitting the threes, but I think it's still when it comes down to it. I think I'm not. If I was in the West, I would worry about them, but I wouldn't worry about them.
All right, what do you think? I'm in Philadelphia, so I follow the Sixers. What do you think the Sixers' chances of making the semifinals of the Eastern Conference or the finals?
Well, of course, you got Embiid, so right there, if you got him. You got a chance to make semifinals. He's just a phenomenal player.
If he can play every game in the playoffs, which he never does.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, he can do it to you inside or outside, whatever, and just rebounding and defense. So when you get a player like him, I mean, you definitely got a chance. But with the guard play, with Tobias, if he makes his shots, they're in. But if he's bricking like he sometimes does, it's going to be tough for them.
Well, New Orleans has been doing better too. Maybe they can make some noise. We'll see what happens. I'm not big on. I mean, Dallas is won 11 out of 12, so they certainly have to be someone that you have to worry about at this point. I didn't think so 12 games ago, but now you have to.
Yeah, I'm like you too. My eyes are a little open more. I'm like, okay, Dallas, you kind of gelling, even with Kyrie Irving and Luka. They're kind of getting used to each other, and they got some good shooters, and they got playing some defense, which except for Luka, but they're playing better defense.
Well, the New Orleans Pelicans were hot, but now they've lost 3 straight. So I don't know. They don't have a lot of playoff success experience. So we'll see what happens. Anyway, so we're both going with Boston over Denver. And that's it for today. Our next video, we're going to talk about the MVP vote. And thanks for joining us. And don't forget to like and subscribe. And also make some comments down below. And make sure the comments are not personal insults. Otherwise, I will delete them. All right, but thanks. Right. Any suggestions on future videos, we'll be happy to hear those. All right, thanks a lot.
Great. Peace out.